7 Chinese nationals have been arrested by the Environmental Sustainability Task Force in the Western region, with 10 excavators seized in the process. The renewed onslaught seeks to save the country's natural resources affected by illegal mining activities by Chinese nationals who have found safe haven in the region. Lava Firm's Erastus Asaridonko followed the team of armed military and police personnel to the Taabosere forest enclave close to Diaso, and our report.
The team stormed the Taabosere forest enclave and caught these Chinese miners by surprise. They have invaded the forest, destroying natural resources spanning about 10 football fields.
It looks like there is no end to this illegal mining craze. Now, deep within the Taabosere forest enclave, you could see over 10 excavators within this forest, destroying it with impunity.
The Oda River, which runs through this forest, has turned milky mud with no sign of life. The thick forest cover has been depleted, with scenes of tree species cut and buried in mud.
Commander, do any problem?
One of the commanders loses balance as we thread dangerous routes, the only link between these illegal mining sites. The team lent many of the miners destroying this forest have no permits.
So far, nobody has been able to show us any legal documents binding their operations here.
One of them is Alhaji Issa Odate, who had physical confrontation with the task force. He claims the concession was awarded to him by the Minerals Commission, but has no documents to prove. This site was given to us by the Minerals Commission. I'm into small-scale mining. We are not given any documents. Concessions are given to miners.
Every month to be 20,000.
We pay 20,000 Ghana cedis every month. It's part of the community mining regime. At this site, where we found close to 12 excavators, the supervisor, Wan Umar, said they were mining with permission from some powerful people.
Hello, Director.
Later, a man who identified himself as Charles Owusu, a relative of the late Sir John, claimed ownership of the illegal mining site, begging the team to leave the site. But the task force removed all the excavators and transported them across the Oda River. In all, 10 excavators were effectively tracked out of the forest. 7 Chinese miners were arrested and transported to Accra for prosecution.
The environment here is begging to be saved. These trees you see behind me, some have been standing for hundreds of years, will be no more if no action is taken. Reporting for Joynews, Erastus Asaridonko, Taabosere, Western Region.
Meanwhile, leader of the now defunct task force established by the dissolved Inter-Ministerial Committee on Illegal Mining, Francis Asibu, has blamed the seeming failure on leadership. Francis Asibu, who commended security operatives for effectively discharging their duties, blamed chairman of the committee, Professor Frimpong Boateng, for lacking the competence to analyze and act on the many security intelligence that was provided to him by members of the task force. He spoke with my colleague Ernest Kojomenu.
Natural justice informed by reports written and submitted to the committee by myself and the supervision of exhibits and the performance on the field, I can say emphatically that we had chopped almost 89% success in that fight, and that the fight was not a failure. Notwithstanding, I can say that if there is anything to write home about, the leadership was the problem. And I think that a committee that is supposed to be concerned with security issues, particularly when the interior was part of the committee, defense was part of the committee, the chairmanship, where it felt, is the cause of what we have experienced today.
Are you talking of the leadership of the committee or the leadership of the security aspect?
The leadership of the committee, because if you have defense and interior on the committee, and then there is a minister from environment, chairman, who had vetoed the whole operation, you can see what it is. What are the report lines? Where do they get to? How are security issues analyzed? And so if there is any failure, it is not from the field. The failure starts from the leadership.